All right, shifting our focus now to Iran, where the country's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, has ordered security forces not to crack down on economic protesters, even as unrest continues to spread across the country. This directive was confirmed after a cabinet meeting where Vice President Mohammad Jafar said that the president had clearly instructed authorities to avoid using force against peaceful demonstrators. Pezeshkian, however, drew a sharp line between protest and violence. Officials said those carrying weapons attacking the police stations or military sites would be treated as rioters, not as protesters.
Those who today come into the streets to take part in riots, or lead them, or support them, or assist them, in light of this explicit declaration of position by the criminal Zionist regime, and likewise by the criminal President of the United States, and the issues they raised, that if anyone comes into the streets for riots or to create insecurity or supports them, then no excuse remains for them.
Meanwhile, the exiled son of Iran's toppled Shah, Reza Pahlavi, urged Iran's armed and security forces and side with people. He called for more protests amid unrelenting unrest in the country triggered by deepening distress over economic hardships.
I am sharing my first call with you today and invite you all to begin chanting at 8 p.m. this Friday and Thursday, whether in the streets or even from your homes. This is a direct message addressed to Iran's armed and security forces, you who wear a military uniform to defend the Iranian nation and who are now facing a historic choice.
This, remember, comes as social media videos from January 5th show clashes between protesters and security forces in Sari, in Mazandaran province. Meanwhile, separate images from Iran Sheher in Sistan and Baluchistan province show protesters setting fire to statues of Iran's first supreme leader, Ruhollah Khamenei, and his successor, Ali Khamenei, a rare and highly symbolic act of defiance. Iranian authorities, meanwhile, have not published an official death toll. However, the US-based human rights activist news agency reported the toll at 36. It said that 34 of those confirmed killed were protesters, while 2 were affiliated with security forces. Over 2,000 people are said to be detained. The group relies on an internal activist network and has been accurate in its reporting in the past. The protesters were triggered by anger over the rising cost of living. The wave began on the 28th of December with a shutdown by merchants in the Tehran Bazaar, which is a national economic hub. It has since spread to other areas. Students have joined in. And according to the rights group, over the past 10 days, at least 285 locations in 92 cities across 27 provinces have all witnessed protests. Internationally, the crisis is drawing sharp reactions as well. American President Trump has warned that Washington could step in if Iranian security forces fire at the protesters. Separately, Australia has issued a level 4 travel advisory for Iran. It has cautioned citizens to avoid large public gatherings by citing severe security forces' response to the protesters. It has also suspended its embassy operations in the country at the moment. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, meanwhile, said that he identifies with the Iranian people and their aspirations for freedom. But Tehran has pushed back hard. Iran has warned that any American interference would plunge the region into chaos.